What's going on, everybody? It is Endless One Up, and you know what time it is. It's time to find out what's on deck, and 'tis the season. We are in October, so let's check out Ghostbusters, the video game. This is a re-released, mastered version. Let's check it out. It says Ghostbusters, the video game remastered. See? I told you. Is it Steam Deck verified? Check out the details and see if it is Steam Deck verified. I see green check marks. That is good to go. Let's go ahead and launch it up. We are going to be at the default of 1280 by 720. So while we're launching this up, let's bring up the telemetry. All right, I'm going to go All right, currently we're getting 30 frames per second in the menu. Let's get into the game and check it out. All right, we're getting into the game. I'm using my Xbox controller right now. Let's go ahead and get right into the options. We're going to check out what we have for audio and video settings. Go down to the graphics card. Look at that. That's fun. It actually lists it because of the Steam Deck device. So we have an AMD Radeon V and Go. So it's on widescreen. Texture details are high. It looks like high is the max setting. Shadow details, we're turning that on high. Soft particles, we're going to turn that on. The persistent debris, we're going to just turn everything on right now. Lock display to 30? No, that's silly. Let's lock it to 60. I don't need film grain. Okay, so film grain, no. FXAA on. Lock display to 60 on. Book detail high. Mirror detail high. On. Oh, high. And right now we can only lower this because we're bound to the Steam Deck's display. We'll have to change the resolution outside of the application and then go back into it. And the reason for that is because once the application launches, it's already cached the range of resolutions it can do. So the reason it works when you go out of the game, change it, and then launch back up into the game has loaded a different set of resolutions that's available to it. So we're going to leave it as this, though, because this would be like what it's like in handheld mode. This is going to be the same experience that you would essentially have then. So let's get me off the screen here and just make sure we're not missing anything. All right, so we can just hit back. All right, looks like that's it. Hit back. It does look a little better. Go ahead and get into the career. So you might be asking yourself, like, why is there a 30 hertz cap on this? Well, this is like a film. Films were traditionally recorded at 24 frames per second, and they wanted this game to be like a movie, so they figured capping it at 30 hertz would kind of get them that result. And it kind of does, but I don't want to do that. I don't care about that. It's not an actual film, it's a game. So we're gonna, if I was dealing with film, I would be dealing with the right frame rate. But this is a game. I want the most frame rates I can get. We got all the good guys here, huh? Got Dan Aykroyd, Harold Ramis, Ernie Hudson. Whoop, whoop. Rest in peace, Harold. Thanks for the memories.
Ghostbusters. Is your haunting an apparition, poltergeist, phantasm,
good old
demon,
Janine?
Spectre, tortured soul? What? No, we do not summon dead family members and catch them, so you can ask the combination to the safe. Yeah, well, same to you, pal.
Good old Slimer. All right, we're in the game finally. We are at 60 frames per second up there in the corner. It looks pretty good. Look, is that a Q-Bird I saw over there in the corner? It says I gotta follow. Wait. Aw, P-Dubs will be loving this. Can I play Q-Bert? This is awesome. Interact with Q-Bert. I wish I could actually play it. Man, that's lame. But hey, anybody who's played this game has to know that this is a really well done game. Like, they did a really good job on the story of this. It's essentially a continuation of the films. So far, though, we're doing pretty good. It said to follow Egon and Ray. I'm not sure where they went. Did they go down the steps? But so far, it's pretty good. 60 frames per second, no issue, no hiccups, no hobble bubble. Let's jump out of the game once. Change the resolution. Okay, so we're out of the game. Go over to the gear icon. We're going to go to properties. Just hit over to the right. go down to default game resolution, and we're going to start out with 1920 by 1080. We're going to jump back out of that. All right, so let's see what the settings and how it behaves with 1920 by 1080. I think that we're going to actually see a solid 60 frames per second on all these settings, actually. When we get to 2560 by 1440, we might have to lower a handful of things to keep it at 60, but we'll have to wait and see. The game was made quite a while ago, so it was optimized for then, you know, and then they remastered it to be optimized for now. So hopefully that work that they did pays off. Okay, we're going to go down to the options. We're going to go to the video. We're going to come down here. See, this one actually defaulted to 1920 by 1080. It actually already saw that we had that. It looks like it defaulted everything back to where it was. We're going to turn everything back on. High, on, high, on. We want to lock the display at 60. Film grain off. Okay. Looks good. Looks good. All right, let's go back into this. Resume career. So let's see if we get 60 frames per second at 1920 by 1080. Okay, we're in the game now. I'm seeing it's fluctuating now. Now I'm getting between 59 and 61, if you saw there. Sometimes, though, when you load into the game, it takes a few seconds for it to sort itself out. And look at the fire pole. Whee! So using the fire pole, we dropped down to 57 because there was a lot of change of pixels there. So, but so far, this is totally playable. We have all the settings maxed. We're at 60 frames per second. I think that's pretty good. Let's go ahead and jump back out of this. Let's go ahead and get into 2560 by 1440 and check it out. Go over to the gear icon, go to properties, go over to the resolution, bump it up. There we go. Off we go to the races. All right, we're back in the game now. It looks like it's already defaulted to the 2560 by 1440. Yep, right here. So let's go down through our options. Shadow high, soft particles on, persistent debris on, shadow maps on, mirror detail high. Lock the display at 60. Looks like we're good to go. All right. Let's go ahead and get back into the career. I would like to do the pull slide again. I think that would be a good test to see the deviation of frames.
And that is not the fun kind of.
All right, so we are getting a frame hit here now. We are sitting at 53, 55, 58, but it's definitely not sitting at 60 like it was before. It does look better, though. I will give it that. So let's go ahead and run into this other room over here, and we'll slide down this pole, because this is the one we used before. We had a frame hit of about 3 to 4 frames before. Let's see if we get the same thing. The frames went up when we did that. That makes no sense. I don't know what to say about that. I mean, is this playable? Yeah, I'm getting above 50 frames per second in this game. So you could put this at 2560 by 1440, no issue. Let's go full tilt boogie. Let's bring it up to the full screen with me. So that's Ghostbusters Remastered on the Steam Deck. We went through 3 different resolutions. We started out at the default of 1280 by 720, and then we went to 1920 by 1080, and then we went to 256 or 2560 by 1440. And you can see they all did pretty well. You know, as expected, we were seeing a bit of a frame hit as we increased the resolution. At first, it was very little, but then when we got up to essentially the 2K resolution, we did see about a 7 frame hit because it was sitting around 53 frames per second roughly. But yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Let me know down in the comments, have you played Ghostbusters? Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. I hope you have a fun October. It is one of the best times of the year. I love fall, so if you're watching this next year, hopefully you're watching it in the fall. If not, then this makes no sense. Peace.